So before we start this video, I want to thank Camus for providing a game key for me. But unfortunately, I already bought the game, so I'm going to give that game key to you all. So it's up for grabs. Stay tuned to the end of the video to find out more. So because Camus was nice enough to provide the game key, I want to mention that I'm using the Camus LP8 wheelbase for this video while I'm driving. The LC100 pedals by Camus. And also they requested I mention that the C5 is compatible with this game. So is the C12. So is the DDWB. All of Camus's gear is compatible with this game natively. You don't need to do any workarounds. Just to let you know. The most important takeaways from this game, ASSETTO CORSA EVO. The damage needs to be better. Optimization needs to be better in general. Force feedback options need more parameters to adjust. Graphic settings need to be expanded on to achieve better performance on various hardware. I have a 7900 XTX and a 5950X, and I'm getting, really low frames per second with this game. It's odd this game looks barely better than ASSETTO CORSA 1, but it's much more power hungry. I can get like 200 plus frames per second on ASSETTO CORSA 1 with Content Manager, graphic settings higher than normal. With EVO, maybe 60 to 80 FPS on average with, FSR 3, modest graphic settings with many things set to the absolute lowest or completely off. It can get as low as 20 to 30 frames per second with ultra settings. To be clear, my 7900 XTX is currently, at least until the RTX 50 series comes out, the second most powerful GPU when speaking of pure raster performance. That's without any kind of upscaling or AI technology. If you're talking about AI technologies, the 4070, 4080, 4090 can beat my card, but I'm talking about pure rendering. The sound does feel improved from AC1, but it's oddly digital or robotic sounding, especially in the interior views. The exterior sounds, though, are mostly good from what I've heard. There's also a noticeable harsh click, like a sound when shifting that seems to be some kind of sound sample loading in or something, I can't tell. It's noticeable on headphones at least. I tried an H-pattern car and it didn't require a clutch to switch gears. It's very odd. Even with every assist setting off. I found you can only stall a car if you set ignition/starter assist off. Makes sense. This is a big improvement over AC1 though. The options to map functions to certain buttons is a bit of a chore, but it does allow a lot of peripherals to work in unison and to allow different pieces of gear to have the same function. For example, you can set your paddle shifters to work at the same time as a sequential for the same exact function. You don't have to choose before you race. You can just choose while you're in the race. But I feel the menu to make all this work is unnecessarily complex and requires extra steps that just feel like too much fluff. As a rally-focused sim driver, who knows if or when someone will develop a rally mod to include co-driver and certain rally-themed assets like barriers and things like that. But I do believe it will happen. With the expansive target size they mentioned, it could be the closest we've ever been to actual driving freedom in a realistic virtual environment. There are many open world games, but none that I can think of that have realistic driving physics as a priority. Besides BeamNG, but that game has map size limitations that are not easy to overcome from my understanding. So while the maps can be very densely packed with interesting roads, they have to be carefully designed to retain high level of detail while also packing in as many paths as possible, which can be hard when trying to make an area feel organic. There are a lot of issues, of course, but I trust in the developers to make a great game and continue improving things. Priority is always a concern though. Our priorities might differ from the developers. So something that's extremely important to you, or me, could be glossed over in favor of new car paint colors, once the game goes into full release. Still, I see no reason to hesitate to buy this game at the cheaper introductory price. And keep in mind, there will be mods. I think it's noble of the devs to support modding, even though it seems it will be very limited. Mod-wise, AC1 was the actual Wild West, and this feels a bit more like Westworld Wild West, a controlled environment where only good mods will make it through the filter. This of course can be considered a good thing, because there will be stricter rules on the level of quality, but at what cost? I don't think we're going to be able to drive a T-Rex or a naked greased up weightlifter anymore. I want to be able to drive my banana. ASSETTO CORSA EVO will most likely feel like a next generation game once it's actually released. It's still in alpha. So far, it feels only next gen, physics-wise, to my hands and eyes. This is not to discount the amazing effort that has gone into this game, but GT7 looks better in most ways visually, and you'd think running a brand new game with a beast GPU-CPU combo You know, you could achieve significantly better visuals than a console game, and the first game in the series, ASSETTO CORSA 1. My advice, buy it now while it's cheaper, and enjoy it for what it is, and be vocal about what you want to see in the near future. The devs will listen, I think, I hope, let's hope. Now to win this game key, you'll have exactly 1 week from the time that this video is posted to say in the comment section, thank you, Camus, and you need to be a subscriber as well. Those are the only 2 criteria. 1 week from now, I'm going to do a giveaway on a live stream. I'm going to put all the names of the people that participated in a hat or a cup or a bucket, and we're going to pull it out on the live stream, and then you'll have 24 hours. If you win and you don't reach out to me within 24 hours, then I will go to the next name that I called. We'll pick a total of 3 different names. I'll make it known that all 3 are not going to win the game code. Only 1 is, but it's only if you don't respond within a certain time do I move on to the next name and the next name. So, have a good day. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video.